ठीक है, आप लोग स्टार्ट करो फिर। इस पे 2 मिनट है, आप लोग बस प्रिपेयर करो पहले। अगर आप लोग कोई रेफरेंस लेना तो वेबसाइट का ले लो, ठीक है। जी के टॉपिक में मैं चलो दे देता हूँ रेफरेंस, सर्च कर सकते हो आप। और गाइज आप लोग ना प्लीज मतलब हो सके तो कैमरा ऑन कर लो, ठीक है, तो ज्यादा बढ़िया डिस्कशन रहेगा फिर, ठीक है। सब लोग गाइज ऑन कर लो। टॉपिक है सैम, यूपीआई ट्रांजैक्शन विटनेस अ डिप ड्यू टू फ्यूअर डेज, ठीक है, ये आपका टॉपिक। ओके, यस। फिर हम लोग कुछ और टॉपिक्स लेंगे यहाँ पे।
Okay, sir. So I would like to start. Like
Yeah.
definitely, we are heavily relied on UPI on our day-to-day life, daily transaction. We do it so much of UPI transactions. So due to less days in February, like as we know, there are 28 days only in this year. So definitely, we are facing like 5% decline, month-to-month decline compared to January. And we, as I quoted this data from my website, like we on a day, on an average, we do 44.3 crores rupees
Mm.
UPI transaction on an average. So that's a lot in a day. So that's why 2 days or 3 days margin is like making this impact in our transactions, dip in transactions, I think.
Okay, next. Anyone? Start करो guys.
I think actually this is a very temporary decline, which is just showing on the paper, because the real thing, the daily transaction are actually rose by 550 million to 575 million, which is the 5% growth. So if we see on a daily basis, it has actually grown. So I don't think it's a decline, just as the person before me mentioned, due to the shorter duration of February, it is seeming that the decline is happening, but actually there is no decline in UPI transaction. UPI has always been the robust wall in Indian digital payment. So yeah, it will continue to grow in my opinion.
Yes, sir. In my point of view, also, sir. Sir, due to the February has only 28 days, while compared to January, which is 31 days. So, sir, due to a shorter month, it has occurred some less number of transactions as compared to January. Otherwise, there has been seen, and apart from that, major reason is that, sir, due to the stock market crash, so the people are not spending heavily. They are generally saving, using their savings. That's also a
Well,
reason,
I
sir.
agree. And I agree to Vinay. He said like the total transaction is increasing. So instead of looking the daily basis transaction, we can analyze the average transaction per month. So it's not really dripping down; it's actually rising up.
Yes, so nothing to worry about any decline because UPI will grow eventually. If we see on a year-on-year basis, it has actually grown 33% on a volume basis and 20% on the value, actually the transactional value basis. So, and with the innovations happening in UPI, it will continue to grow. So yeah, I think the decline is nothing to worry about.
Yes, more people
Yes,
in fact are shifting towards UPI transaction. Like there
yes,
are year by year, it is increasing.
Yes, I completely agree with both of you, Vinay and Diksha. Yes, it is increasing and it is significantly increasing year on year. So it's a like a temporary situation due to the shorter month of period because it has only 28 days. That's why it has a few dip in the month of January only. Otherwise, UPI transaction is increasing, and I agree with that also.
ठीक है, और कोई, anyone want to say
सर
something?
सर से कॉमन पॉइंट बहुत कम ही है सर, के रीजन एक ही है, चैट जीपीटी पे की है 28 मंथ से फरवरी में, इसलिए दे पा रहा, वरना ऐसा कोई
और
सिग्निफिकेंट
गाइस
रीजन
आप
नहीं
लोग
है।
इससे कंपेयर क्यों नहीं किए? आईएमपीएस आरटीजीएस ये सब पे तो आया है ना, उससे कंपेयर तो करो। ये डिक्लाइन क्यों आया है? क्या उसके जगह पे वहां पे क्या एक्चुअली यूज हो वो तो बताओ आप।
तो सर
मैं
आईएमपीएस के अभी इनिशियली स्टार्ट हुआ क्या?
आईएमपीएस आरटीजीएस सभी यहाँ पे एक आर्टिकल में वहाँ पे दिया हुआ, आप हिंदुस्तान का
पर सर
देखो आप।
ऐसा तो कुछ है नहीं है सर, मतलब सर बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है ना आईएमपीएस और आरटीजीएस, तो सर कि एक मंथ
हाँ
से सर क्या फर्क पड़ा है?
हाँ, मतलब ये चीज बता सकते हो क्या एक्चुअली वहाँ पे यूज हुआ है कि फरवरी में
हाँ
कौन
सर,
सा यूज हुआ है, वो चीज आप
सर
बता सकते
आपकी
हो। मैं
हाँ
नॉर्मल,
समझिए सर, वो फैक्ट बोल सकते हो, यस
कोई
सर।
दिक्कत नहीं है, बाकी आप वहाँ पे एक नॉर्मल यूजर बता सकते हो उस मंथ में एक्चुअली क्या हुआ। ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, फिर रहने दो।
But sir,
सर
IMPS also saw a decline in volume, like according to this data, 9% month on
हम्म
month decline. IMPS also saw
हम्म,
because of that reason.
ठीक है, ठीक है,
सर न्यू
ओके,
डिस्कशन करा दीजिए सर, कोई रैंडम टॉपिक पर।
ठीक है। बट गाइस आप लोग करंट अफेयर डेली करते रहो, ठीक है? जैसा गौरव ने बताया था कि करंट अफेयर को आपको छोड़ना नहीं है, तो डेली आपको
यस
करना ही करना है कोई भी टॉपिक।
ओके सर।
क्लास में आ रहा है नहीं आ रहा है जो भी है, तो वो सब सारा आपको करना ही है।
Actually, I have a question. ये this is my first day, so SRCC के लिए ही prepare कर रहा था. So कोई कोर्स है या फिर कुछ ज्वाइन करना पड़ेगा सर?
हाँ, मैंने आप मेरे क्लास के बाद अपने मैसेज कर देना मैंने।
ठीक है, श्योर।
ठीक है, मैं रिकॉर्डिंग भी आप लोगों को, आई थिंक रिकॉर्डिंग है, आप वहाँ पे एक बार सुन लेना। गौरव ने कहा था उस दिन, जो भी लोग नहीं वहाँ पे प्रेजेंट थे उन लोगों को मैं बता रहा हूँ।
यस सर।
मैं एक स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ जहाँ पे सारे टॉपिक्स हैं, ठीक है? यहाँ पे गाइस आपको सारे जो भी करंट अफेयर है, जितने भी टॉपिक है यहीं पे सारे मिलते ही हैं। मैं हमेशा इसको अपडेट करते रहता हूँ, उसमें और भी टॉपिक मैं अपडेट करूंगा अभी। तो जैसा जो लोग ऑलरेडी 1 मंथ से ऑलरेडी इनरोल्ड है, जैसे दिव्यांश है सब है, तो उसको पता होगा कि हम लोगों ने काफी सारे टॉपिक्स डिस्कस ऑलरेडी कर लिए हैं। बट जो न्यू आए हो, तो वहां पे हम लोग एक काम कर सकते हैं, एक दो टॉपिक को यहाँ पे होगा तो मैं रिपीट कर देता हूँ, ठीक है? जो भी लोग न्यू आए यहाँ पे आप डिस्कशन करोगे इस पे। सपोज करो कि
यस
लाइक देयर इज आल्सो गोइंग अ टॉपिक, एआई से काफी रिलेटेड आपको टॉपिक्स आ रही है, ठीक है? डीप सी का R1 ये सब पे भी आया हुआ है। आपको बजट के बारे में भी काफी सारे आई हुई, ईवीज एंड फ्यूचर ये भी आपको काफी आई हुई है। सोशल मीडिया बून और बिन, जो कुछ दिन पहले हम लोगों ने डिस्कशन किया था, ये भी आप देख रहे हैं मिलते हुए। तो ईवीज एंड फ्यूचर पे करते हैं, जो आपको लास्ट ईयर इस पे एक टॉपिक आया था एनआईबीएम पे। तो दिस इज गाइस योर टॉपिक एंड यू ऑल हैव 2 मिनट्स, फिर हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं, ठीक है?
ओके सर।
हाँ, इस पे बताओ। फिर हम लोग उसके बाद एक एक्सटेम्पोर करेंगे, ठीक है?
डेफिनेटली सर।
हाँ, और गाइस आज तो पॉसिबल नहीं है कि मैं फाइनेंस आज पढ़ा पाऊँ, होगा तो मैं कल करा दूंगा उसको, कि आज उस ग्रुप में भी एक्सटेम्पोर ही कराना होगा। और एक काम करेंगे अभी कि केस स्टडी भी कर ही लेंगे, ठीक है? जो उस दिन मैंने शेयर किया था।
सर टॉपिक चैट में डाल
EV
दो
is
एकदम।
electronic vehicle, right?
या क्या बोले थे आप दिव्यांश?
सर वो कोई बच्चा पूछ रहा है चैट में, इसलिए आप टॉपिक।
अच्छा सर, प्लीज रिपीट द टॉपिक। अच्छा हाँ, हो गया ना ऑलरेडी। मैं लिख देता हूँ, पेन कर देता हूँ, एक सेकंड। ऐसे स्क्रीन पे है आप लोगों की। एंड गाइस दोज हु जॉइन न्यू, प्लीज गाइस ट्राई टू स्पीक एनीथिंग। आपको कोई पॉइंट्स अगर आपको आता है तो प्लीज आप बता दो, ठीक है। वैसे अगर आप पॉज रहोगे तो वहाँ पे कोई पॉइंट्स आपको मिलेगा भी नहीं फिर वहाँ पे। गाइस आप लोग तो कैमरा ऑन कर लो, इतना क्या शर्माना है एक जीडी में। आप लोग वहां पे तो फेस टू फेस ही करोगे। एंड गाइस प्लीज डोंट कॉपी एनीथिंग फ्रॉम इंटरनेट, ठीक है, जिनका भी कैमरा भी ऑफ है। ठीक है गाइस, ओके लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. So today the topic of our group discussion is EV and the future. EVs are the future of the automobile industry. We can be source as electronic vehicles as an alternate source of transportation by in spite of using the commercial vehicles uh, run on petrol and diesel. And apart from this, EVs can also be used in saving the environment and helps us to make the pollution-free world. In spite of noise pollution, air pollution, both can be saved or prevented by using the EV vehicles. And apart from that, Tata Motors and Mahindra are trying to put their best and they are taking entry in the EV segment by launching their new automobile vehicles.
Yes, I would like definitely agree with Divyansh on this. And one of the reason is also is that that EV is the future because we are exhausting on our renewable sources of energies. Like just like he's saying, petrol and diesel, we are running short on that. So that's why we need to shift to EVs. But in my point of view, in India we need like more robust infrastructure so that we can truly get towards EV futurity. So yeah, in India we are facing few problems. I think as of now, like we are heavily relying on the coal thermal energy. Like if we are producing the thermal energy, then the energy which is required to charge that those EVs are coming from non-renewable resources. So we should shift from that also. Like we should also convert that into a solar energy and wind energy also. And another main issue was four-wheeler cost. I think high prices of these EVs. Like Tata Motors and Mahindra Motors are doing good as they are entering in this segment right now. So we should support them. But if we're gonna import an EV from outside, then it's gonna cost us around 50 to 60 lakhs, as I saw. From various data.
But why?
So yeah.
But why to import from foreign countries? As our initiative is a Make in India and a Made in India process, we can also support with the Tata and Mahindra. Initially, their manufacturing cost is high because a small number of vehicles are manufactured at right now. But due to the overexposure and the improved literacy of the electric vehicle segments, in the near future, it will have a marginalized less cost as compared to now. And apart from this, as per the cost point of view, government also providing subsidies on the electric vehicle segments, as government wants to empower and to empower the citizens that they should promote that EV vehicles so that we can have a pollution-free world in the around 10 to 5 years from now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We should support this domestic production of EVs, and government should also subsidize and give some extra perks so that they can produce, they can have more competitors in this market. So that's what I'm saying.
And apart from this, one major concern for the EVs is that in the near future, we don't have the enough lithium-ion reserves. So that's why it is a point of discussion that we have to, our country has to develop enough lithium-ion sources from neighboring countries or from other countries from where we can import. if for example, in the near future, if company gets depletion in lithium ion resources for battery production, that's a major cause. And apart from that, we should
And
also see that how to dispose of the EV vehicles after 10 to 15 years of use, as it should not prevent damage to our environment. That's a major concern.
so yeah,
You
basically we
all
are.
have also heard about Tarun Mehta, the CEO of Ather Energy Vehicles. So his 20 EV scooties, they have different.
Sakshi, please can you turn on the camera?
uh, she is facing network issue, I think.
Okay, no problem.
आई थिंक नेटवर्क इशू है। ठीक है, आप लोग कंटिन्यू करो।
I would like to add one point to Divyan's. Like as he said, we are like net importer of lithium ion, which is the main main resource
Problem.
for making an EV.
India out in research. So
She is.
they want
Sakshi, you are getting stuck.
they have like 6 reduced.
हेलो
Uh,
साक्ष,
and should I continue? Then
ठीक है, फिर आप कंटिन्यू करो।
like last year I've read somewhere like in India we also found a iron ore, I think from in Kashmir. So like the
Yeah.
government is currently analyzing it. Is it economical viable or not? Is it like not harming the ecological balance? So if that's viable, then we could have like enough lithium ion for ourselves only, and we can export it also. So yeah, let's see how it's turned out. So if that goes well, then we can have enough lithium ion, and we can produce more EVs domestically, and the prices of that EV will be also lower, I think.
And apart from this, government is also trying to develop the more charging stations all over the country, so that we can have an economic facility of charging at every remote places of our country, so that we can prefer to EV vehicles at any point of time, irrespective of the distance that we have to travel a long distance or a short distance. We should have to be with a clear mindset that at every point of our country, cut on corner of the country, we can easily find the charging stations at a reasonable cost.
I agree on this point. Actually, charging stations are the big challenges if we really need to capture the EV market.
Yes.
But government is working with Tatas and Adanis for this, and so if we can solve charging problem in a shorter period of time, then we could capture the market more efficiently
Sure.
in a very less time.
Definitely, if this problem will be solved more appropriately and immediately effect, people will be get more interested toward buying the EV vehicles in spite of buying petrol vehicles. Initially, people are facing a problem, or that some of the vehicles are not, they're facing the battery issues in a short
Yes,
run of time. So they are also getting the more expenditure or more maintenance cost. So they are not getting
actually,
affordable price.
Mhm. Yes, India still has just the 2% car market, which is dominated by EV. So under the FAME India scheme, government is looking for the 30% market, which is dominated by EV. So to reach that goal, I think there should be innovation in the charging stations and the vehicle itself also. And as per the report, like Tesla is coming in India, and Ford is resuming their production in India. So these are the things which are positives in the EV market. So
Yeah, currently Tesla, the news is coming that the Tesla will be launched in our country in India by April. So there will be huge boom in the EV vehicle segment, that we can get an affordable, high class variety or luxury cars at a reasonable cost of just 21 lakhs rupees. As Tesla cars are more robust and as compared to the Indian cars, and they are more technology advanced.
yeah, technology is the point, but I think Tesla is a bit higher price, which do not capture the middle class. So for that, we actually need to innovate the cars in India itself. like our own manufacturers like Tata and the manufacturers which are actually producing in India. So
But
we
initially, the
need to be heavily
Indian
related in
manufacturers
that.
cannot afford at a reasonable price, as because Tesla is producing the EV cars at a mass production level. So they are getting a better per unit cost for EV vehicles. That's why. As the same quality and the same vehicles specification, if we try to implement in India in our Tata Mahindra vehicles, it will be cost around to more than 20 lakhs, which the Tesla is producing at a reducing rate, in my point of view. Though we
The
will
main
face some import duty taxes and the GST and other taxes as the car is being imported from foreign countries, that's the main problem.
Yes, yes. The main issue we are facing, like like importing the EVs, like we are facing import taxes a lot, I think. So the
Yes.
Kia's EV6, I think, cost around 60 to 70 lakhs after all the taxes and all. So that's why, like,
Yes.
if Tesla also comes in, then the pricing range will be like more, I think. The
And
government should reduce, to reduce the import taxes on EVs if they want to boost the EVs market, or else we have to like
overall, these are the secondary causes. First and the primary cause of using the EVs and the future segment is to mainly promote is to save our environment, and because cost cutting and these are basically secondary issues. Firstly, if you are living in a peaceful environment and living with a fresh air, which is more important in the next 10 to 15 years, because in the later run, if we all are using the petrol vehicles and diesel vehicles, our pollution will be our air will be wholly polluted, and we are not getting even a single breath of oxygen. So it is better to switch to alternative source of energy like EV in the next coming years, as it is a safer and a good initiative, as
So,
India is trying now also to replenish its
and
resources.
Yeah,
yeah,
also
so,
10, 20 years down the line, we actually do not, we are not having this much amount of fossil fuels, which we have. We are a
Yeah.
very like short of fossil fuels. So I think the pollution and these things are like important, but the fossil fuel, the reduction of amount is very important. So for that also, we need to switch to EV.
As we all
Guys,
are seeing that Delhi is the live example of the air pollution index, as it has very high air pollution. We are not having easily living to survive it barely. That's why it's the need of the concern, need of the hour to switch to the EV vehicles. Yes, sir, you
guys,
can.
wait for a minute.
Yes.
Please conclude by Diksha, Vanshika, Sakshi, Rishabh, Nishant, and Abhishek.
I
Please
like to
conclude.
conclude it.
Yeah.
So I think yes, there are pros and cons. So like we need a balanced approach for it. Like there are need of technological advancement in India. So EVs are not can be done without the challenges. So there is always a room of room of growth of innovation, and we need government support. We need consumer awareness. So yeah, there's always a you know we need support, we need awareness, obviously. So yeah, these kind of things can make that EVs possible in future.
Yes.
Hello.
Anyone else?
Yeah. हाँ निशांत बताओ.
The main
All
reason
right.
to switch in EVs is main thing is the pollution we can control, and the second thing we have the limited resource. The EVs, then we can reduce the pollution and
ठीक है निशांत आई थिंक आपके इधर नेटवर्क इशू है क्या?
हाँ सर.
वही लग रहा है मुझे. नेटवर्क इशू है तो आप कैमरा ऑफ करके बोल सकते हैं, थोड़ा नेट कम वहाँ पे आई थिंक इशू होगा. ठीक. एनीवन लेफ्ट?
Sir, I
साक्षी.
also feel that the. So
Yeah.
can I speak?
हाँ
Yes,
यार.
sir.
Sir, I also feel that the EVs are the future of transportation as they are energy efficient and they uses the less energy to travel the same distance as compared to the petrol based cars, as well as the cost saving because they run on a lower cost as compared to the gasoline power cars because electricity is cheaper than the petrol. So I am also in the favor that EVs are the transport as a future of the transportation.
ठीक। ओके, तो गाइस अब देखो मेरा फीडबैक ये रहेगा कि जो मैंने पूरा जीडी अभी देखा है, पूरे जीडी में गाइस अभिनव है, दिव्यांश सबसे ज्यादा दिव्यांश, दिव्यांश का सबसे ज्यादा पॉइंट्स मैंने यहाँ पे सबसे ज्यादा नोट किया है। तो आई थिंक मुझे लग रहा है इस जीडी में आई थिंक जो सबको आई थिंक एक मतलब आई थिंक एक लीड कर रहा है वो आई थिंक दिव्यांश कर रहा है, मेरा जो पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू रहेगा ये चीज। और आप लोग आई थिंक दिव्यांश के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप लोग सब लोग एग्री कर रहे हो, कंसेंट आप सब लोग, अगर आप लोग ऐसे जीडी करने तो आई थिंक दिव्यांश ही फिर ज्यादा सबसे ज्यादा पॉइंट्स अगर बोलेगा तो ठीक है। मैं दिव्यांश को ब्लेम नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं आप लोगों से पूछ रहा हूँ कि आप लोग वहां पे क्यों नहीं कोई पॉइंट आउट कर रहे हो इतने सारे, जब अभी यहाँ पे 9-10 मेंबर्स है, जब मैं यहाँ पे 15 मेंबर्स जब सारे ग्रुप में आएंगे फिर स्टार्टिंग है, तो फिर आप क्या करोगे वहाँ जीडी में जब फिश मार्केट हो जाएगा तो?
सर आई हैड नेटवर्क इशू जिसकी वजह से मैं बिल्कुल भी नहीं बोल पाई।
हाँ साक्षी बोल
So
रही है।
actually, so same from my
ठीक
side.
है।
Actually, I'm not able to listen what other
Yeah.
people are speaking.
And sir, this EV topic was everyone was agreeing with this EV topic. I think so. No one has the point against it. So everybody was agreeing with him.
No, I am trying to interrupt on someone else's point. Like the Vyas has like said whatever points on Tesla, source of transportations, like lithium and battery. There are many points like said by Divyans. So you can also interrupt on them. Not a negative way, sir, positive में दिव्यांश को ऐसा नहीं बोला कि दिव्यांश अच्छा बोला है, बट मैं दिव्यांश में सबसे ज्यादा पॉइंट दिव्यांश को यहाँ मिलेगा। बट आप लोग guys, आप लोग वहाँ पे मतलब बताओ नेट का प्रॉब्लम है तो प्लीज आप लोग वहाँ पे चैट बॉक्स में लिख दो वहाँ पे कि मुझे नेट का प्रॉब्लम है, या फिर कैमरा वहाँ पे आप ऑफ करके बता सकते हो, ठीक है? ठीक है guys, चलो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। और हाँ गाइस मैंने कुछ यहाँ पे टॉपिक्स नोट किया, आप लोगों ने काफी बढ़िया एग्जांपल भी दिया, टेस्ला का दिया, टाटा का दिया, जो भी अभी करंट कंपनीज ये सब जो भी आ रही है, पेट्रोल डीजल के बारे में बताया, फ्यूचर के बारे में आप लोगों ने बताया, सही है सारे पॉइंट्स, ठीक है, ऑल द रिलेवेंट पॉइंट्स यू ऑल हैव सेड।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
ठीक है, चलो फिर एक इसमें से टॉपिक देता हूँ मैं, ठीक है? कहाँ तक आई थिंक हम लोगों ने कर लिया था उसमें एक डेडलाइंस, आई थिंक ये हो गया था, ठीक है। सो दिस इज योर क्वेश्चन, ठीक है? आई होप सबको स्क्रीन पे यहाँ पे दिख रहा होगा। एक क्वेश्चन है यहाँ पे कि यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर चूजिंग बिटवीन टू सप्लायर्स, one is more cost effective but has a history of delayed deliveries, while the other is expensive but highly reliable है, तो what do you do? ठीक है, सबका मैं यहाँ पे पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू सुनना चाहूंगा एंड आप लोग प्लीज बताओ आपका क्या पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू फोर ऑप्शंस में से, ठीक है?
Yes, sir. Sir, in my point of view, depending on the projects, on the time duration in which we have, sir, if I have a shorter time duration, so it is a more important and a priority task that I have to do between 2 to 3 days. I will definitely prefer the expensive one and which is mostly highly reliable, sir, to avoid the operational risk, so that my project does not get any failure and my reputation and the fame does not get any spoiled. And apart from this, if I have 1 week and if my project budget is quite lower, I don't have a good project budget, I will move to the cheap supplier to save costs, and assuming delays can be managed, sir. So this is only on the priority and the urgency of the project, sir, and the budget, sir. So these are the three crucial factors depending upon it, sir.
In my opinion, I would say that I can plan my activities, manufacturing activities accordingly, because going on a higher cost will not only reduce my profit but also can result in my loss. So I think I have family business. I know how to deal with these situations. So if I have to deliver a product or if I have to manufacture on a certain date, what I can do, I can order prior to the order date. For example, I can order 10 days prior or 20 days prior. so that if it get delayed, it will not hamper my manufacturing process. So that's the reason I would choose the cost effective one. But in the situation where there is a need to have like raw material or any product on time, so I would go for a highly reliable one. But yes, we can plan everything, all the activities accordingly, and if we want a cost effective one, then we can order prior.
Yes, sir.
So
Out of the
actually, I
given
also
option, sorry, can I say?
हाँ yeah.
Okay. Out of the given option, I would go with C, negotiate with both to find a middle ground. And it actually depends on my, like which other people also mentioned the time duration. If I have the stock and if I have the inventory to, continue my business, so I would take the risk of getting the supply on a cheaper level because it is just mentioned it delays the delivery. The time is also not mentioned, so I can, if I can afford the time, then I would go with the cheaper one. But just to be in the business, I would take some part of inventory to the reliable source, which could be expensive, but it is important for the business. So I would actually negotiate with both to find a middle ground uh, according to the amount I need.
ठीक है. Okay.
sir, I believe I will consider what kind of product I'm dealing with. Like if I'm dealing on a daily consuming goods, then I will prefer using expensive but highly reliable product because it will make my customer I'm able to deliver the my product to the customer with on a maintain the supply on a regular basis. And also, if I'm going to compare, if I'm dealing in a product which does not which is a seasonal product, or if we can say a product which have a very good shelf life, then I will consider using cost effective supplier because it will also decrease my overall cost, and also I am able to use the amount as amount to maintain the product in my inventory and inventory. That's it.
Uh, so yes, sir. Like my answer is also the same. Like it's a totally conditional situation. If I have enough time and I can manage that time, there is no time condition, then I can definitely go for cheaper supplier and to save cost. But if there is an urgency in like getting that order, then I will definitely go with a reliable supplier so that I can't like risk any operational factor or any reliability. Uh, so that's
ठीक है. Anyone next? कोई है क्या अभी? Abhishek, what about you?
Yeah, sir, I also believe in this only that it completely depends on the project that I'm working on. So if the demand of my product or for my consumers is quite high, then I would have to go with the option of this expensive and the highly reliable supplier only because at that time I would also need some of my product in my inventory as well, and I don't want my production to come at an halt. So I think that is the first option that I will go with. And if I have something like wherein I can manage my, production and there is no such urgent need, so I think the better option is the cost-effective one, but has an history of delayed deliveries because I think that will be more, we can say, more logical because we are not going in with something which is more expensive and can result in a loss. On the contrary, we would be managing everything then accordingly. So that's what I also feel in this.
ठीक
So
है.
I think
sir,
I think if there is no urgency, I will go to the option C, negotiate with both to find a middle ground because I feel this approach is a balanced cost and a reliable also. I try to negotiate with both of them. I talk to them in a cost-effective supplier to ensure that he can timely deliver my product, or I can discuss the price with a supplier who is who is high, who is expensive but highly reliable. If he can reduce the expenses, so yeah, I would go to option C.
सर इसका एक सॉल्यूशन ये भी हो सकता है कि सर अपन नेगोशिएट विद बोथ द कस्टमर टू फाइंड अ मिडिल ग्राउंड। सर इसमें अपन हाइब्रिड अप्रोच लगा सकते हैं। अगर मान लो कि सर अपन को इतनी एक्सेस की जरूरत नहीं है, तो सर अपन आधा ऑर्डर्स फास्ट डिलीवरी वाले को भी बोल सकते हैं अर्जेंसी के लिए, और जो सर हाफ ऑर्डर लेटर हाफ ऑर्डर है वो अपन बोल देंगे सर मुझे कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव वे में ले सकते हैं। सर साथ ही अपनी कॉस्ट भी बैलेंस हो सकती है और अपना टाइम पे ऑर्डर्स भी कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। एक हाइब्रिड अप्रोच भी सर इसके लिए अच्छा इनिशिएटिव रहेगा सर।
या ये भी वैलिड पॉइंट है।
यस सर।
सही है सारे पॉइंट्स सबके अकॉर्डिंग टू द बिजनेस एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द नंबर्स ऑफ सप्लायर्स इट डिपेंड्स।
And sir, somehow we are using this model in like also like our e-commerce sites, Amazon and Flipkart. Like if we are paying for like their plus subscription, we are getting delivery faster deliveries like by the same delivery or other delivery. If we are opting for normal deliveries and paying less, then we are getting less. We are paying this amount and getting delivery late, somewhat 2 to 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah, according to the cost it depends delivery.
Correct.
ठीक है, एक और हम लोग डिस्कशन करते हैं। सिर्फ एक और क्वेश्चन है कि you are handling a critical client presentation, but at the last moment your laptop crashes and the backup file is missing. What do you do? There is 4 options, so you can interpret your answer.
Yes, sir. Like I would go with option C. Like as we are handling critical client, so we definitely have to present him. So definitely I will go with my team and like ask them and myself also create the key slides which are are impactful slides, so that I can present the main data and like handle the client situation. Well,
Yes, sir. So in my point of view, if I handle a critical client presentation, and sir, I will, if my laptop crashes, sir, if I'm alone, I don't having a proper team, so it's my first. I will apologize and request to reschedule the presentation, but insist if the client promises that he wants the presentation right now, so I will quickly create a key slides with the help of a team, sir, to present the client, sir.
So I would like to go with the option B, to present from my memory, engage in the client discussion. And if the client is, I'm able to convince the client that the product and the service I'm going to provide is good, then I will say that then I will go with the option A and like to request to reschedule the presentation. And after completing after the what I have lost the what kind of what I have lost the presentation, I will recreate it and try to present it on a scheduled day.
Sir, I would go with the option B because I feel that if I have to present the presentation now only, I don't have time to recreate the slides. So I will try to present with my memory and engage the client in a discussion.
Sir, I would straight away choose the option A because if I had a like a mistake in my laptop or something, so doing all the options like quickly recreate the key slides or presenting by the memory is an unprofessional way of doing the things. So I could make the trouble more. So that's why I think it's good to apologize and request for the reschedule the presentation. And if it allows me to present after some hours also, so I can actually do. But on the spot, as it is mentioned in the question, but at the last moment your laptop crashes. So I do not think I should take this much risk because it's a very critical client for the company and the business. So I should apologize and request to reschedule the presentation.
Yes.
Sir, I would like to go with option C. So I have 2 counterpoints. I would go with point A, that is apologize and request to reschedule. It will not only affect my goodwill, but also my credibility. if I will go with present from memory, it will also hamper my credibility because they will not believe on it. So I think quickly recreating, if I have, like, I had 10 slides in my previous presentation, and if I can only recreate 2 or 3 slides, it will also help me because it will help me giving the most important slides, giving a summary of my presentation, so which client will also understand that okay, now I know the what are the important thing on the presentation. So this way I can keep up my goodwill, I can keep up my credibility, I can give the client all the clarity about the presentation, and I can assure them that okay, in this much of time I have recreated 2 slides, but in some more time I will give them whole presentation again if they want, with all the slides, with all the previous presentations. So I think this is more good.
ठीक है। और anyone left? कोई रह गया क्या? किसी का सबका हो गया?
Yes, sir.
According to me, sir, option B is not that much viable, I think, because when we have to present with clients, we have to deal with visualization. We present our data through visuals and charts and all. And if we engage with them in discussion and present them from our memory, then we can only tell them and about this project and this presentation verbally. So that's like we can't know, we don't know how much they will convince by this or how much they will understand by our project. So definitely option A or C would be better option to whether create key slides or apologize and reschedule the meeting.
Yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
sir, I also agree with the C part only, that quickly recreating the key slides with the help from your team, because as my colleague just mentioned, that visuals always have a lasting impact on the memory. And along with that, what I feel is that in any of the presentations that we may provide, stats always help in providing a valid point. And if we have an client presentation, so due to any of the issues, we are not able to provide the entire presentation to them. So the most important slides that there might have been what we have in our memory. So I think we should go ahead with that rather than going with all the other options of apologizing and asking for reschedule, because again the issue is about the credibility, and we might also not know when the client would be available for the next meeting, since
But
it
apart
is
from
mentioned
this,
that
sir,
is going to require for the client.
yes, sir. But sir, as a counterpart, as we say, if it is a critical client presentation and he wants the presentation right now, so it's a company's responsibility and the credibility that he have to present it. And and apart from this, sir, we can present from the memory and engage the client in discussion. By using this, the client shows how the person is handling the adaptive to the situation and how its prior experience is referring now. And and about against that, the confidence the person is deploying, that he is about the knowledge that he had personally created the slides earlier. And by explaining each and every point with the help of discussion, we can also actively engage them and show the key points also, sir. So it can also be a
So,
viable solution.
so I also want to I also like to, sorry.
Yes.
So I also like to add a few points in this, because if we create a last moment slides, then the quality of the presentation is not going to be that much, and also it shows that the kind of it shows that the things, kind of presentation skills also the says that we don't have the that much security, and also it will may decrease our goodwill in front of the critical client. And also even if we create somehow able to create use the static data, the kind of data we are able to put at the last minute is not that are reliable. And also even we know that we are what from where we have extract the data, but it's not of that kind of quality we expect to present in front of the critical client.
ठीक।
Okay, sir.
Okay. So guys, try to put your answer in a like short way. I think आप लोग यहाँ पे 2 times बता रहे हो, well, ठीक है, यहाँ पे तो डिस्कशन चल जाता है, बट ट्राई टू लाइक पुट योर आंसर इन अ शॉर्ट वे, लाइक अराउंड इन 50 सेकेंड और 30 सेकेंड। जो भी आपको पॉइंट अच्छा लग रहा है वही आप बताओ। ऐसा नहीं कि वहाँ पे ये मत समझ रहे कि इंटरव्यूअर आपसे कोई भी वो पॉइंट है वो मैटर नहीं करते, बट ट्राई टू पुट योर आंसर इन लाइक शॉर्ट वे। मतलब आप 30 सेकेंड 20 सेकेंड नहीं बताओ, वो ज़्यादा एक
Yes, sir.
वैल्यूबल है। उतना अगर लार्ज करो तो वो लोग ही बोर्ड ही हो जाएंगे फिर। ठीक है, यही रहता है। तो आज का डिस्कशन हम लोग इतना रखते हैं, ठीक है। बाकी अभी भी एक और 9 PM पे हम लोग का डिस्कशन है NIBMLA ग्रुप में। तो आप लोग अगर रहना है तो आप लोग अभी करेंटली आप रह सकते हो इस मीटिंग में, ठीक है। बाकी जिनको लीव करना आप लीव भी कर सकते हो। बट जिनका फर्स्ट डे था गाइस, कैसा था क्लास? आप लोग का एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा, बता देना।
Yes, sir, it was good.
So it was
ठीक है,
really good.
Yes,
ओके
it was really good.
Was helpful, sir.
ओके। और
Yes,
गाइस
sir, it was
गाइस आप लोग को
quite helpful.
okay, and guys if you feel any difficulty, any like problems you're facing in the class, please reach out to me in WhatsApp or you can also call me, ठीक है। आप कॉल भी कर सकते हो,
Sure, sir, sure.
कोई प्रॉब्लम होती है,
Sir,
ठीक है।
sir, actually, if you have time, I have a question. इंटरव्यू होगा कब सर? मई एंड में, अप्रैल फर्स्ट में, या फिर?
SRCC का
जी।
SRCC का मई स्टार्टिंग में होता है, 5 मई के अराउंड होता है आप लोग का। 5 से लास्ट ईयर हुआ था आपको, 5 या 7 मई से आपको 12 मई तक चला था। आई थिंक 5 या 7 डेज चलता है उनका।
ओके, एंड कट ऑफ अप्रैल में आएंगी?
हाँ, कट ऑफ अप्रैल में हमेशा तो अप्रैल में ही आ रही है, 2-3 साल से अप्रैल में ही आ रही है।
ओके।
And what about
Okay.
Pune interview, sir? कुछ idea है कब तक होगा?
Yeah, hi Abhilash, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so your topic is Abhilash. Cashless economy, is India ready for it? So
Okay,
you
sir.
have just 30 seconds and you have to speak about 1 minute. Yeah. Akash Singh. Akash, you are new, I think. First day है क्या आपका? Okay. Akash, so actually for you, this is a currently for demo session. After like this meeting, please reach out to me in WhatsApp. Okay, I will tell you the process. Okay, you have my number in the group. Okay, Avilash, let's start.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. So, the topic is cashless economy. Is India really ready for it? So, there are two sides for this. And if I say the current progress of India regarding this, we can see some government initiatives which are linked with document verification like Aadhaar. So, India is quite moving towards digital India. Also, rise of UPIs like Paytm, BharatPay, and other transaction. These are happening in a digital manner and quite efficiently also, because RBI and other financial institutes, they are trying to maintain the cashless economy very efficient. And apart from this, if I say the drawback or the gap which is still present in India is the literacy. Financial literacy is still not reachable to rural India, which is actually the most concerning one. India is heavily
dependent on other profession like agriculture and these activities, traditional activities. So financial literacy doesn't reach to them. And also banks, big banks, they are not working in rural side. Cooperative banks, they are do work, but still we have seen how scams in cooperative bank can prevail. And this actually make the things worsen because illiterate people or the uneducated one, they do not find any difference between cashless economy or the cash economy. So this is one of the thing. And again, the infrastructure losses, there are no proper infrastructure in rural India which can act as a mediator between them so that they can use UPI or any other kind of cashless economy to do their daily transactions. And they're obviously dependent on cash. If we say the small vendors, daily wage earners, farmers, they are heavily dependent upon cash. Their daily transaction happen in cash, so they are not aware of this kind of digital literacy. So there are two sides of this, whether India is ready or not. So currently, if I say India is actually not ready, but they are trying to move towards that sector, because if we don't, then we won't able to achieve that target of Viksit Bharat at the 2047. Thank you.
Okay. So next topic I am giving you, Akash. Akash, am I audible to you? Akash. चलो ठीक है. अंजलि, am I audible to you? हेलो,
हेलो.
आवाज आ रही है अंजलि?
यस सर, आवाज आ रही है.
ठीक है. Your topic is how can we control banking frauds to reduce NPA? ठीक है.
ओके सर.
You have 30 seconds and you have to speak about 1 minute. शॉर्ट में ही गाइस आप लोग बताना, ठीक है? उतना भी ज्यादा लॉन्ग मत करना. Okay, Anjali, you can start.
Okay, sir. I'm trying. So we
Yeah,
can control banking frauds um, um, through a combination of technology and training. So we can control frauds by training and fraud awareness programs, like educate employees and customers about the fraud risk and how to report suspicious activities to the
Hmm.
and regular training about the how to prevent from the frauds and how to detect that frauds. Uh,
Okay.
so I'm not able to speak properly.
ठीक है, ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. आई थिंक ये थोड़ा सा टॉपिक अकाउंट रिलेटेड है. चलो
Yes.
कोई नहीं, ठीक है, तो आप नेक्स्ट ट्राई करना, ठीक है।
Okay, sir. Sure.
ओके आर्यन, हेलो।
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, Aryan, so would you like to speak about this topic? Same. Try
Sir,
करो आप।
NP is non-performing assets, right?
हाँ हाँ, नॉन परफॉर्मिंग एसेट्स।
Actually, I'm not familiar with this, so it will be like really difficult for me.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है,
I'll
तो मैं
have
टॉपिक
to
देता हूँ
study
इसको
about
चेंज
it.
कर। ओके
Sorry, sir.
ठीक है, मैं आपको एक टॉपिक दे, ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी इज गुड। ब्लॉकचेन, हेलो हेलो आर्यन, आवाज आ रही है क्या? क्या हो गया? हेलो ठीक है
Yes, sir. आ रही है
अच्छा,
आपकी आवाज।
नहीं आर्यन को मैं पूछ रहा हूँ, आर्यन आवाज आ रही है क्या मेरी? नेटवर्क इशू लगता है। बजरंग साहू, एम आई ऑडिबल? बजरंग साहू, आई एम ऑडिबल?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
हाँ हाँ, या ठीक है। सो योर टॉपिक इज एग्रीकल्चर एंड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया।
Okay, sir.
You have 30 seconds and you have to speak about 1 minute.
बस rejoin कर लिया मैंने, थोड़ा issue हो गया.
Yeah, then just wait for a minute, Aryan. After Bajrang, you can speak.
Okay, sure.
हाँ ठीक।
Okay, sir. May I start, sir?
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. So my topic is agriculture and manufacturing industry in India. As we know that agriculture is our backbone of our economy, and it also the basic sector which initiate the economy and gives input to other sectors as well, such as agriculture product that comes from agriculture is raw material for the manufacturing. And as we know that agriculture contribute 16 or 17% and of our GDP, and according on and let's speak about manufacturing sector. Then it is also the important sector. It contributes approximately 20% of our GDP, and so both are important sectors that sorry sir, connect नहीं कर पा रहे.
ठीक है ओके ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम बजरंग, ठीक। ओके आर्यन, आप बताओ।
हाँ सर, about what?
वही टॉपिक आपका जो आई थिंक मैंने कौन सा आपको बताया, ब्लॉकचेन।
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and
just need
blockchain.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Sir, can I start?
Yeah.
So, good evening, sir. My topic for today is blockchain technology. So, in blockchain technology, we have like cryptocurrencies, for example, Bitcoin and other Doge coins we have. So, in this, the money is in digital form, data is more secure, and it is more transparent, and it is globally acceptable, and easily you can sell and buy these kinds of digital currencies. And we have also seen like it is booming it is like more becoming usable in the developing nation as we consider India, because the youth here wants to earn and use this blockchain technology to earn more profits quickly, and they see this cryptocurrency as a like side chain, and which where they can use it and earn more types of income. And what say it's in the blockchain technology, sir, there are no proper legal laws in India. The amount we earn from this kind of technology and from cryptocurrency, the 30% is deducted by the government as a tax, and 70% remains to us. So it is not good for the ones who invest less amounts, because like more of the amount has been settled by the government, but it is good for the ones who have more money and buy more type of these currencies. So there are much of concern about it, so we need to educate people more, so that they they should not invest it to in a shortcut way. There should be a proper guidance to it, so that it will be more helpful to them and for the ecological boost. Thank you.
ठीक है. So now next, Bhaskar Giri. Bhaskar, am I audible? This is a first class Bhaskar.
Yes,
Okay, so are you comfortable to speak about
Yes,
topic external?
yes,
ठीक है.
sir.
So your topic is Vande Bharat Express versus normal trains.
Okay.
ठीक है, इसको try करो.
Sir, I think Vande Bharat Express and the foremost difference between Vande Bharat and normal trains is the difference of fare. The fare of normal trains is comparatively lesser than the Vande Bharat Express, and but the time of Vande Bharat Express is less in comparison to normal trains.
ठीक है.
And so like Vande Bharat mainly is for those people who are in a hurry or any emergency type of thing. Like there are some students like us who do not have much time, but they want. But sometimes we have little bit holidays like 7 days or 6 days, but we want to go our home, but we can't afford some flights, and so in that case we can use Vande Bharat Express.
Hmm.
And normal train are for those people who have sufficient time and but the lack of money.
Hmm.
Like normal trains are for everyone, but Vande Bharat trains is
specifically for the those who have less time or those who have some extra money or who are ready to pay extra for saving their time.
Hmm. Done, Bhaskar?
Yes, right now I am
ठीक है
done.
ठीक है निखिल, am I audible to you? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So your topic is Nikhil tech layoffs.
Okay, sir.
You have 30 seconds to prepare. Hmm.
Can I start, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, in the current scenario of increasing technical or technological sector and tech sector, the layoff are increasing day by day because of the more competition in the technology sector. More people want to work, but there is only a few seats or jobs are being there in the sector, and due to the crisis in the economy of India, there is very large increase in the tech layoffs. Like previous year, many of the big companies have lay off their employees because of uh, limited seats, and also I think there is 70-hour work which are enforced by the Infosys founders that every employer have to work for 70 hours, and but some of the employees are also want to work in this work hour because there is a very limited seat and there is high competition. Everyone wants to get a job, and I think according to me government should take some actions to the tech layoffs, given the skills and necessary education that a youngster needs, so that the tech layoffs can be reduced, and that's all.
ठीक है. Now Sujal, am I audible? Sujal, this is your first class, Sujal.
My first class.
ठीक है. Are you preparing for NIBM?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Okay. So your topic is population control bill.
Okay, sir.
Try this.
Sir, can I start?
Yeah.
Sir, India being the second most populated country after China, the population control bill for India is a most necessary action to be taken. As through this, the family welfare planning can be voluntarily spread along with the education into the tier 2 and tier 3 villages. Which will be more helpful for the government to control the population, and the problems regarding the overpopulation can be resolved soon by the government. So for that reason, the population control bill was passed. It contains many rules and regulations that are needed to be followed as a citizens for of our country, and it will be helpful for our country to promote the planning of a well behaved family. Uh, Sir, I'm not able to speak properly, like for a long time. I have no
चलो
idea
ठीक है,
about it.
ओके कोई प्रॉब्लम, हो जाएगा जब
Sir,
डेली क्लास करोगे ना, खुद ही आइडिया हो जाएगा फिर। ठीक है ठीक है,
it was my first class, sir.
हाँ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हो जाता है फर्स्ट में। ओके नाउ वंशिका।
Yes,
So
sir.
Vansika, your topic is abstract topic, the importance of lifelong learning. ठीक है।
So can I speak?
Yeah.
So, the importance of lifelong learning is that it provides the continuous knowledge and skills throughout the life, and it helps the individual uh, to engaged in a changing world, and it helps to the individual to in his career growth, and there is a as there is a fast evolving job market, so it is necessary to have the continuous learning and to stay updated in the new trends and the technology and the skills. And it also helps in the personal development as it enhances the creativity, and it helps in the it helps in the improves the problem solving skills also, and so it also helps in the better decision making, like in both in personal as well as in the professional life. And yes, sir, so it is very important to have the lifelong learning.
ठीक है, ओके। सो नेक्स्ट, क्या नाम है? यशवंत। यशवंत।
Yes, sir.
हाँ या, so your topic is the importance of self reflection for personal growth. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So can I start, sir?
Yeah.
Self-reflection is very important for personal growth, sir. Because one has to acknowledge his mistakes in the path of learning. And I think the acknowledgement of mistake is one of the important and initial steps. And one has to reflect upon it so that he can learn from those mistakes and move on. So self-reflection is very important uh, for growth in every aspect of our life, in terms of our education, in terms of our career, in terms of our personal life problems, reflecting upon every decisions we took, um, is very important so that we can assess what's our situations, what are the pros and what are the cons. So I think self-reflection is a very important step one has to do after taking every step, and it not only improves himself but also puts himself in a place where he can better assess the conditions and can improve his intuition. That's it, sir.
ठीक है. Okay. Okay, good. So this is your first class, yes? Yes, one.
Yes, sir. This was my first class, sir.
Okay, are you preparing for NIBM?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay. So now let's move to the Abhinav.
Yes, sir.
So Abhinav, your topic is social issues. It's the impact of urbanization on rural areas in India.
Okay, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, may I begin?
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, friends. My name is Abhinav, and today's my topic is the importance of urbanization on rural areas in India. Right now, we see that there is like urbanization. In we talk about our rural areas, there are a problem because they people are not educated when they come, like their childs come in the cities. They find big discrimination because of like their complexions, and they do not have a proper communication skills and do not have a proper knowledge. That's so sometimes they face a problem with that. So we have to remove it because of providing a proper education. Our education should be spread on those areas where people don't know much, do not have much informations about the today's world, what is the going on. If we talk about, there are some cities in the India which do not have electricity. They don't know that right now like bulb is invent. Even they, I don't know they see the electricity or not, because I have read somewhere in the documents where they do not have access to electricity. So this thing those people are lag behind because of that. So right, we as a student, we provide them with the help of internet, we can provide them a knowledge. But the problem is that they do not have internet. But right now government working on spreading wi-fi connections in across different cities, remotely areas, so that they can get a better knowledge from that. And that is the good source, good use of technology. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. So now next, Devyans.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your topic is Indian foreign policy towards neighboring country.
Okay. Yes, sir. Can I speak?
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. To the topic of my group discussion of my example is India's foreign policy towards neighboring countries. So India is a globally friendly country. So India has a multi-directed, multifaceted directed approach among multiple countries, among all the neighboring countries, and apart from this, it has also relations with the US, and Ukraine, and apart from this, on the Russia. So India is also a member of the BRIC countries, which is generally a summit in which they discuss upon the environment-friendly issues and the development issues on the global nation. And apart from this, so currently India is facing a foreign policy trade deficits with the US, as US is applying the reciprocal tariffs on India's imports, so which has hindered the India's exports to a bit of late. And apart from that, machinery and one more sector has a significant decline. Uh, and apart from this, sir, crude oil is also a major factor in deciding the India's foreign policy with Russia and Ukraine in the Ukraine trade war. That's all from me, sir.
ठीक है, ओके। एक चीज क्या मैंने नोट किया है, आई थिंक भास्कर जो आप मतलब मैं जो आपको टॉपिक दिया था ट्रेन का, वंदे भारत का दिया था क्या? किसको मैंने वंदे भारत का टॉपिक दिया था? अच्छा, भास्कर को आई थिंक दिया था ना?
यस सर।
हाँ, तो भास्कर थोड़ा सा ना मतलब आप उसमें अच्छे से बताओ, मतलब टॉपिक सही था कि आपने फेयर का बताया और आपने टाइम का बताया, बट एक्चुअली आपको वो बताना है कि जो एक्चुअली प्रॉब्लम जो लोग अभी फेस कर रहे हैं, पीपल्स फेस कर रहे हैं, इवन फॉर रूरल एरियाज, फॉर इवन फॉर अर्बन एरियाज, व्हाट एक्चुअली फेसिंग, लाइक देयर आर।
इसमें ये भी ऐड कर सकते थे कि अभी अवेलेबिलिटी जो है वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस की थोड़ा कम है और नॉर्मल ट्रेन की ज्यादा है, और नॉर्मल ट्रेन की जो रीच है वो मतलब इंडिया के सारे कोने तक है,
ये सब
बट वंदे भारत की अभी कोई रीच नहीं है
सर। पर अपन को जो इसका ये कॉमन टॉप पॉइंट्स बोल रहे हैं सर, जैसे इसमें अपन को अप्रिशिएट करना था जो आईआरसीटी और रेलवे जो रेलवे और मिनिस्ट्री ना सर, उसने जो न्यू इनिशिएटिव लिया ना सर वंदे भारत ट्रेन का, टू प्रोवाइड इंडिया एज अ वर्ल्ड क्लास इकोनॉमिक मतलब वर्ल्ड क्लास रेलवे प्रोवाइड करना चाह रहा है, और एट अफोर्डेबल प्राइसेस। जैसे जब सर जैसे चाइना में जो है मैगलेव और बुलेट ट्रेन जो जापान में है, तो उस टाइप का कंसेप्ट इंडिया भी अपने टाइम पे लाना चाह रहा है। तो वो एक टाइप का पर्पस है सर वंदे भारत, उसके लिए इनिशिएटिव है सर, तो अपन को लिए उनको मूव फॉरवर्ड करना चाहिए सर।
लाइक लास्ट ईयर आई थिंक 40 plus या आई थिंक 30 plus train accident was happened last year, I think this year also, this year तो नहीं हुआ है ना ऐसा।
तो उसमें सर ये सब बताना सकते हैं, एडवांस सिक्योरिटी फीचर्स है, और सर लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ ऑक्यूपेंट्स रहेंगे, तो सर ट्रैफिक नहीं रहेगा, थोड़ा बहुत सर बता सकते तो। और सैनिटेशन भी सर बहुत प्रॉपर्ली मिलता है वंदे भारत में सर, सैनिटेशन फैसिलिटी बहुत अच्छी है सर।
एक नमो भारत, एक अभी स्लीपर वंदे भारत एक आ रही है, आप उसको भी यहाँ पे मतलब जो आपको नॉर्मल पीपल सभी फेस कर रहे हैं उसको आपको बताना है। फेयर्स तो सबको पता है, फेयर्स और टाइम का तो सबको पता है कि वंदे भारत को ज्यादा प्रायोरिटी मिलती है, वो चीज तो है, बट आपको उसमें कुछ यूनिक पॉइंट्स बताना है।
यस
ओके सर,
ठीक है, ये चीज है। ठीक है, तो एक और अभी एक जीडी कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, एक जीडी करते हैं। दिव्यांश आपका क्या टॉपिक था आज का बेमटेक में?
सर आज तो वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन था आज तो।
ये तो ऑलरेडी हम लोग कर चुके हैं ना, इस पे एक और बार करेंगे गाइस, वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन।
सर यहाँ पे किसी ने नहीं करा, सबके लिए नया टॉपिक है सर, कर सकते हैं।
नहीं, आई थिंक मैंने जब स्नैप का जब स्टार्ट किया था ना, स्नैप एंड नोमैड्स का, तो वहां पे किया था ये टॉपिक।
पर हाँ सर, तब कॉल कर लीजिए सर, जैसे सब बच्चे बोले सर, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं। वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन काफी ये भी एक हॉट टॉपिक है ये। ठीक है, तो ये टॉपिक इज वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन। ओके, तो यू ऑल हैव 2 minutes, प्रिपेयर करो, फिर स्टार्ट करते हैं। देखो इस किसी भी आप कॉलेज में चले जाओगे ना, टॉपिक्स यहीं से आपको आएंगे जो मैंने दिया है ना, इतना तो मैं गारंटी देता हूँ, रिलेटेड आ जाएंगे, बट आपको अलग नहीं आएंगे। तो सारा प्रिपेयर कर लो आप लोग। आदर्श नहीं आ रहा है, आदर्श का आई थिंक है यहाँ पे, आदर्श नहीं है।
हाँ सर, आदर्श नहीं आया।
बहुत लोग नहीं आए अभी, NIBM वाले ग्रुप में तो आए ही नहीं, बहुत कम लोग आए।
हाँ सर, आज सारे एब्सेंट है, आपके रेगुलर स्टूडेंट्स है सर, आज सारे न्यू स्टूडेंट्स आए।
सबसे ज्यादा प्रेजेंट तो अभी दिव्यांश का तो ठीक है, दिव्यांश अभिलाष।
Sir,
हाँ कौन? हाँ या
sir, can we start?
हाँ yes, sure.
Okay, so as the topic has been given, one nation, one election refers to proposal of holding simultaneous election for Lok Sabha and all state legislative assemblies across the country. The idea is to synchronize the timing of this election so that they they are held together and they can reduce the frequency of election and their associated cost. So it will help in reducing administrative burden and disruptions. There are few positive side of it, which is it is a efficient, which will help the government to manage its own budget and allocate it depending on whatever ratio they want. The second favor is this also. Uh, uh,
And sir, apart from this, in my
So
point
I
of view,
would
sir,
like to include that if I take back to history, India until 1967 they used to have individual election, sorry, group election only. After 1967, actually the entire political system was changed and election held individually because there were many reasons. The first is the political instability because in 1967 multiple government collapsed and it led to many internal conflicts among the political parties. So this led to change the election method. And another important is the emergency period, which held around 1975. So this emergency period also led to continue the election process individually. So there were
and the
many
money that
political changes. Like in 1980s, fragmentations also occurred among many states because if we see the first state which was formed on the language basis was Andhra Pradesh, and after that the entire division of the Bihar state, which led to disruption in the entire geographical system, and eventually it led to change in the election procedure.
Yes, sir. And with the help of that, in the elections, sir, there is excess wastage of money by the political MLAs and the members of parliament, and in that wastage of the money is spent during the advertisement and their and the presentation of the elections. This money can be wisely utilized by the government of India for the development of the country itself only, sir. And apart from that, so people might have a judicial view as there is single election for the both MPs and the MLAs for the country, and for the next 5 years they have to tenure serve there as the leaders of the country. People have to judiciously take their view that they have to judiciously select their leaders in a wisely manner, as they don't have the choice
sir,
to choose it a second time.
Sir, But
Sir,
one
it
of the
is not good
disadvantages
for
can
the
be
federalism concern. As India is a federal nation, the state have their own political cycle, but simultaneously election could undermine their autonomy of election. So this is the challenge we can face. Yeah.
And apart from this,
Sir,
people,
one more can be that if a party loses the majority in a midterm, then it will be a confusion whether to conduct a full-fledged election or to continue with that. So it can be one of the challenges.
so generally, people are manipulated by winning the. So if there are two type of elections for the MPs and MLAs. So for example, if the MPs election, the BJP government has won, so there can be there have been the pressure in the MLA election that people have to definitely want towards the BJP only. Whether if they select the Congress for the development, it will hinder the both the mindset of both the parties, and it will hinder the development of the development of the country also, sir.
Also, I think there has to be many changes or the amendments in the current articles, like Article 83, which includes the duration of Lok Sabha. So the current article says that the president can dissolve the entire Lok Sabha on PM's advice. So this need to have a correction, like there has to be re-election of the and of the MPs, and the entire system has to be changed because the amendments has to be made in articles, and other articles like 356, which includes the president rule in various states. So again, the president rule can't be implemented if we have elections like
And sir,
this, one
and
nation
sir, during
election,
the
because problem in one state, I don't think it would affect the other states of the country. So
so during the
combined
election
election
phase now,
can be a.
so people also face a lot of disturbance during the election phase. So that there is a lot of disturbances that whole the transportation facilities and they are dedicated to vote towards the election community and the government. So the police have to be totally attentive towards the election phase. So it will create a hinder to the disturbance to the citizens of the country. They are not getting a peace, and the sometimes violent situations can also occur. So in order to reduce that,
Sir,
we can have only single election at a peaceful manner and at affordable
Sir,
prices,
another
sir.
disadvantage can be that if one nation, one election is conducted, then enormous number of EVM machine is required, which is not possible. As till now, the EVM machines are in rotating manner, but if at all once will be conducted, then the number of EVMs will not be like uh, promoted all at a time.
But for a
yes, sir, I agree
large,
with the
such
Sujal.
large
He said
country,
that India is not right now that have that much EVMs. It is totally right, sir, because I don't think so. We should think about one nation, one election, because the money which are spending and the timeline, which is totally same, like every election conducted after 5 years. So I don't think so that is any point to pivoting those kind of decisions, like totally change the decision. Before that, sir, we have some huge problems. First of all, we focus on one nation, one rule, one nation, one price. Those will help middle class families to they will have a good way to save monies, and they will get better opportunities. Just things if we do this kind of things, like suppose for example, one party is win from different state and other win from different state. So what will be disadvantage of that, sir? That's why I think that
uh,
before going for that, we have to focus on some other problems also.
but sir, as a global issue, more important is the sir acute wastage of the resources and the money that the political parties and the MPs do for the favorment, as they want to get the benefits from the next 5 years from the government only, sir. So they are not getting the benefit on any for the citizens. They are only generating the spending the money in order to generate the revenue for the next 5 years in their tenure only, sir. So they are not providing development to the of the country at any point of view, sir.
Also, I think it will have a major impact on regional parties, the local parties, because one nation election will make the religion party fear that it will give importance to only national parties, the bigger ones. So regional party may fear the loss of the power to control their state or to make amendments in their state. So it may face a strong opposition from those parties. So this can be a major issue also.
Sir, it is not good for people as well, because I think when one election and one nation and one election will happen, there is a kind of problem, because when election is on the way, netas all starting doing works, and before they might not doing everything, they might get some excuses, whatever it may be. But it create a differentiation when you have uh, talwar on your gardan. I think this is what I think.
Okay.
Yes, sir, totally agree
Yes,
with.
sir.
They
And
always in a
another
fear in totally
disadvantage.
all the years that we have to like again and again election is coming. So they are doing continuously development. That is also a reason we should not go for one nation, one election. And in India, there is a 28 states. And if we like conducting election in like single day, it will take almost a month, like 2 or 3 months. Right now, it is also taking a same time, sir, because if we
Sir,
count
this is
like say individually states, it take almost 4 or 5 days to conduct election. I think, sir, we should not we are right now not ready for that, sir.
Sir, as per the new mindset and the emerging technologies, we can easily collaborate with the government, and we can easily facilitate the new EVM machines for all over the country. As we are overspending on unnecessary resources, by investing at one time, we can solve this problem at an immediate effect also, sir, by generating better motives for the citizens also, sir.
Okay,
There are a
so
lot of sorry
yes,
sir, just one point. There are a
yeah.
lot of way right now as well when we can talk to government, but are they still doing their work perfectly? We can't say that to yes. So I don't think
Criticizing the
so.
government is always a known of
Easier side.
yeah, we cannot always
Gotcha,
criticize it.
but it
It's
has
up
to
to
be
us.
done.
See how many times have you criticized the government? You are doing the government is not doing. It is actually up to us and to what leader we are choosing, and we have to report it. That if they are not doing any efficient work, we can complain it now. They will do appropriate action. This is our responsibility.
Sir, and if we talk about the EVM machines, so it can be brought into immediate impact, because in if you take the best case scenario also, it would nearly take 2 to 3 years to build that. So it is not that easy to make new EVM machines. And yes, the shipping challenges. And if something is conducted in something in big like that, technical failures or the cyber attacks are more prone. So
Uh,
making new EVM machines in immediate nature is not
Immediate
possible.
effect is not a concern. We are just passing the bill. That is a new initiative. In the next 2030, in 2030 elections, can we move towards that approach only? Our government is only trying to that only. But we are handling that approach. That we should not have one elections, we have two elections. This is not a modern approach. Instead of wasting the resources and the people, time and money. That's why.
ठीक है.
Can we move to conclusion?
So conclude the point by Anjali, Bhaskar and Nikhil and Aryan.
Sir, I think the conclusion is like one nation, one election have both like benefits as well as its drawbacks. As we talk about the benefits, one of the most in foremost benefit is like it is cost efficient, and the
Yes.
one of the most drawback is like as my friend said कि इलेक्शंस के टाइम पे पॉलिटिशियंस जो होते हैं वो रोड पे आते हैं, काम करते हैं, तो अलग अलग जगह अगर काम होते ही रहते हैं तो उस अकॉर्डिंग डेवलपमेंट भी होता है, लोगों का माइंडसेट चेंज होता है. बट अगर वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन कर देंगे तो वो सिर्फ 5 साल में अपनी शकल दिखाएंगे. आई थिंक दैट्स द कंक्लूजन.
अगर ऐसा है तो फिर हर साल इलेक्शन करवा लो, हर साल डेवलपमेंट कर देंगे सरकार.
बट इट इज
Sir,
नॉट गुड फॉर आवर नेशन.
sir, I have a
Yeah.
question that how can we it a cost effective, sir? Because we are using same thing in a like short time period in all over the India. How can we be saving resources,
Cost
sir?
And
effective
there
in
is
that
a
sense.
black market as
MLAs,
well.
MLAs and MPs are overspending to gain the votes from the citizens. They are providing them the
Yes.
cash in the form of cash and the
But if they
alcohol
are doing this
distribution.
kind of things in one nation, one election process, they are
Yeah.
very easy for them because media cannot cover all over informations. If there is a particular election in a state, all media like focusing on that state. If then anything happened, we all over India know about the news.
So we are
And
only
nowadays,
applying that.
media is also not performing its own part. We always hear that news because it is all over. Like there is this good
But
as
there are some YouTube channels; those are doing their work very properly, like Dhruv Rathi and Ravish Kumar,
yeah, I
ABN News.
agree.
ठीक है. Yeah, Anjali, you want to say something?
Yes, sir, as we already discussed
Can I
कि
conclude?
दोनों के pros and cons.
ठीक. Yeah, Nikhil, are you say something?
Yes, sir. Can I conclude, sir?
Yeah.
To you, this will be the best initiative if our government implements one election because it reduces the cost and also the time for the person to vote and also it reduces the resources and the election which are currently going on. But it has some drawbacks that for our government it looks well because it needs a high force of members to
और नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम आ रही है
the
निखिल
time in
आपकी
the
तरफ
country.
थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क इशू लग रहा है मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा आवाज आ रहा है
Now it's clear.
अभी भी थोड़ा लैग कर रहा है एको आ रहा है एको हो रहा है
Now it's clear, sir, or there is a echo.
Yeah, clear.
It looks impossible to implement high force members at the same time country, and it also disturbs the economy of the country some days as well as some things if there is production and competition. That's all I want to say.
ऐसे भी अभी थोड़ा थोड़ा वीको हो रहा है बट ट्राई करो निकल थोड़ा सा एक नेटवर्क सही रहे प्रॉब्लम इशू आ ही रही है
Okay.
ठीक है देखो इस ये जो टॉपिक है एवरीवन हैज लाइक डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव टू व्यू ऑन दिस पॉइंट टू व्यू ऑन दिस टॉपिक सबका कहना अलग अलग है ठीक है यहाँ पे ऐसा भी कमेंट्स नहीं कर सकते दिस इज अ पॉलिटिकल टॉपिक है गाइस ठीक है हाँ मैं मानता हूँ देयर इज ऑल्सो प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑन दिस टॉपिक कई सारे प्रोन्स भी हो सकते हैं कई सारे कॉन्स भी हो सकते हैं यहाँ पे किसी स्टेट में आपको ज़्यादा मतलब वहाँ पे आपको मतलब परफॉर्मेंसेस या फिर आपको स्टेबिलिटी मिलेगी बट किसी स्टेट में उतना ही डिक्लाइन होते जा रहा है तो हर एक स्टेट का अलग अलग यहाँ पे है कंडीशंस ठीक है तो सबका व्यू पॉइंट यहाँ पे अलग अलग रहेगा अपने स्टेट्स के अकॉर्डिंग
हाँ सर डिबेटेबल इशू था ही वो तो थोड़ा बहुत तो होना ही था सर
ये चीज़ है ठीक है तो गाइज आज हम लोग इतना रखते हैं बाकी कल होगा तो मैं फाइनेंस का क्योंकि गाइज तो अभी एनआईए का भी टॉप मतलब एक काफ़ी सारे इंटरव्यू अभी है मार्च में तो मुझे इंश्योरेंस को भी कवर करना है तो इसको मैं थोड़ा जल्दी एंड करूंगा फाइनेंस और इंश्योरेंस का टॉपिक होगा
हाँ तो सर आप देखना कल जीडी की क्लास नहीं लो तो सर कल इंश्योरेंस वाली क्लास लेना 9 to 10 तो सर उसमें सर आ जाएंगे सब कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है
ठीक है तो कल होगा तो इंश्योरेंस का नहीं तो जो फाइनेंस का भी जो मुझे पढ़ाना है वो पहले कर दूँ
हाँ सर आप मैसेज कर देना क्लास ग्रुप में
ठीक है मैं सुबह ही कर दूंगा वैसे और गाइस आप लोग जीके डेली करते हो मतलब 2-3 टॉपिक्स या 5 टॉपिक्स एटलीस्ट कर रहे हो आप लोग